Drizzly, drizzly, drizzly. So the cryptocurrency report has a disclaimer and warning attached to it. I know you love it. And I'll come up with some things that might be helpful. Bitcoin. I drew a triangle. The market came out of the triangle. The volume is still strong. I am disappointed. So what this has done is we've seen the ADX kiss almost here, kiss here, and separate. So it's still strong. Lots of people are loving cryptocurrencies, and we're hearing a lot of a blast. So triangle pointing up. Probably have to step in and buy it with a stop loss around about 18,400. So let's do that first thing today. Oh, by the way, got a friend who's got pneumonia now, and the way you get pneumonia, if you don't know, most of the deaths from the Spanish flu back in 1918, 1920, 1921 were from masks. And what happens is people get build up of bacteria, and pneumonia comes back into your lungs by not having fresh masks. So if you've got friends with pneumonia, you can explain to them that it's because of Daniel Andrews. That's becoming fairly common, and most people, the whole point with that is the medicos use their little disposable masks and dispose of them. Couple of hours in surgery, couple of hours doing whatever they do, and they get new ones, which is great for the planet. Fantastic. So BTC USD. Why is this not working? Why is this not working? Okay, got it. This is going to go slow reloading. Right, thank you. We can see volume is increasing. And so it's somewhat healthy, and probably we look towards that 20,000 plus area. Isn't that interesting? Look at the date. It shows data going back in Bitcoin just to show you that the world's completely backed up. Bitcoin versus US dollar in Bitfinex is showing Bitcoin versus US dollar with a price of 55.27 and a chart that we've never seen before. See if this works. changes back to normal. Here we go. It's come better. Loony bins today. Notice the wool valves come back down low, and volume is seasonals is good. It tends to peak ish next week. So, okay, let's buy some Bitcoin at 19,535. If you were short, get out and run a stop loss at $18,400. New PHG trade. Please make sure you have a stop loss on, because there's a 70% chance it goes up a bit, but it's also a good chance that it is the last leg up. My scientific wild ass guess is a target at $21,400. My scientific wild ass guess is a target at $21,400. Let's do 1/3 now and 1/3 on a pullback. Cancel. Price is $19,536 US. And the dip to buy would be down to $19,350. Entered and potential. That's what I need. I need potential. Potential. Okay. BTC futures. Yes, we see the volume going down as price went down, and then suddenly the volume pops up on a strong move over the weekend. It may be the top end of the range, but if it breaks $20,000, then that can be quite fun. Full stop, new line. If you're trading futures, stop is at $18,000, new line. BCH USD. Bitcoin Cash, we can see, has done its retracement up to 1/3 of the prior range. Sorry, at 38.2% of the prior range. If you are long, run a stop loss at $275 and probably bank a little bit of cash. Full stop, new line. BTC USD. BTC AUD is what I actually meant. Full stop, new line. Now what you can see is these have done a few kissing, a couple of kisses, a bit of a cuddle, and we can see separation here. So what we're not seeing is volume going up, but it's Bitfinex, so I give it some thing. BTC markets may be a bit different. Stop loss should be at 24,850. Now I'm looking at the finance exchange, or Binance exchange. We can see volume actually increasing. Now I'm not sure what volume means in this, but I'll assume that it's useful. So in this case, have a stop loss at $24,762. BSV USD. Bitcoin Cash Satoshi Vision version. $75.15 is the right area to target for this. At the moment, it looks like it's doing an A, B, C, D, and then we'll get a triangle for an E, and then it will go somewhere else. Full stop, new line. It's not quite doing anything that its friends are doing in the same way. It's a little bit cheap, but getting above 20 on the ADX would be helpful for that blue line. At the moment, it's going nowhere slowly. New line. BCH ABCD USD. We quite clearly see a bit of volume on the upside and then a lack of volume when it decided to go sideways. It's probably done. It's a fairly strong position, but who cares really? It would come back down to $15.40. If you buy it there with the stop loss below $15, you might give it a go looking for $21 or $23. Full stop, new line. BTG USD. We see a breakup above $9.20, looking for the magic number of $10 if you like it. If you were playing with it, have a stop loss at $9.40. ETH USD, Ethereum. This at least has broken out of its own particular triangle. I'd like to see some more volume, but at least on the kick up there was an increase in volume. I want to see another kick up above $600 to drive it towards $622. We were unfulfilled in our fantasies to buy the dip down to $574, ending up with a low at $576 and something or other. So we are running 1/3 of the position. Full stop, new line. LTC USD, Litecoin. It has some merit, but could come down to $78 for a buy with a stop loss below $74.80. Hoping for $92. Full stop, new line. It's still a bit scrambled egg for breakfast, but Usually this is a fourth wave behavior, so we can see the triangle here and another push higher, full stop, new line. And another push higher. XMR USD and Monero. $38.87 is the retracement if this wants to pull back, full stop, new line. At the moment, volume is good. It's got a lot going for it because law enforcement and the legal departments of countries around the world don't like it. So obviously it must have some very good characteristics because they don't want you to have anything that's very good. Full stop, new line. If you are long, you can run a stop loss either at $135 or at $143, depending on how tight you like to have it. Full stop, new line. XRP USD, Ripple, the emotional cripple. As you can see, it's not behaving the way that I expected, but then it never really does that wonderfully. We can see possibly a retracement to 43 cents would make sense, maybe a little bit further down to 0.39, full stop, new line. Could also look for 37 cents, full stop, new line. EOS USD. Maybe this is going to be healthier. At the moment, run a stop loss at $2.70 if you are long, full stop, new line. And we are currently long. our full complement having been filled at $2.85 on the recent dip, new line. Neo USD. We want to buy a breakout, but it's not above $18. It's now above $17.70. Full stop, new line. Use the same stop loss. POWR BTC. Still whiffy. It looked good for a little while with that increase in volume. And you could say that it's trying to go up a little bit, but it needs Bitcoin to go down to do that. IoT USD. IOTA's at least living up to the theory that the little cryptos could be doing well. Nice ABC, so if this pans out, look for new highs towards 50 cents in this. If you are buying it, have a stop loss below 28 cents, new line. ZEC USD, new line. Target $76, new line. DGB USD. Buy a break above 2.1 cents if you like it. We see a bit of volume. Stop loss would be below 1.95 cents. And target 2.4 cents, new line. And over to you, Eugene. Where are you? Yes, I did AUD USD, and it will be published shortly. So there you go. Lack of Eugene in the room. Ooh. What will we do for a variety if there's no Eugene? Very sad. Miss you, Eugene. Okay, let's go and talk. Thanks, Rob. Have a good one. So you can go now and look at the transcript there, Sue. Let's have a look at saving our changes. Make the screen a bit smaller. And changes. Spend a bit of time welcoming you to the country of Forex. And Wednesday the 16th December 2020, met somebody yesterday who actually remember, was involved in foreign exchange when I was. Still alive, not dead yet. Pretty amazing, really, when you think about it. Somebody of that age traded currencies in the 1980s. Was actually not dead yet. Pretty amazing. So let's have a look at why I can't see all of these posts. So welcome to the Forex Speed webinar for Wednesday the 16th of December 2020, and here is our massive disclaimer and warning. Best warning and disclaimer ever. And we have long-term bullhorns warnings in the Aussie. How does that work? I don't know. Doesn't look right to me. Let's go check. I don't know what happened there. Whatever it is. No. We have short-term bear pause warning in the Aussie, if I remember correctly. Something completely wrong about that. What I wrote, completely wrong. So get rid of the AUD USD. Yeah, kind of weird. Maybe I was working with earlier data. Canadian should be in there. That's short-term performance guidance. Okay, it is in there. Okay. So we have long-term bullhorns warnings in the US dollar index, USD JPY, and USD CHF. We have short-term bullhorns warnings in the dollar index, USD CAD, USD CHF, and USD JPY. We have long-term bet pause warnings in the euro and short-term bet pause warnings in the euro. It's called branch stacking, and so it's got a better idea of what that is. Publish. Let's look at these little puppies. US dollar index, DX. Still getting the crap kicked out of it. But if it breaks above 90.99, or let's just say 91 for good measure, things change and you can buy it with a stop loss below 90.24. If you watch the Electoral College results in the US at the moment, you won't hear this, but apparently the swing states have actually voted for Trump, which puts the numbers at 276 versus 274 Electoral College votes, which is bizarre because it shouldn't be an even number, it should be an odd number. But yeah, so if you look at the Electoral College system, the state governments don't have to vote for what the majority of people voted for. Believe me, this is bizarre, but apparently they don't have to do that. So the swing states like Georgia and Pennsylvania, Nevada, are actually supposed to be voting for Trump, not Biden. Now, how that works, I don't know. And you won't see it on the mainstream press until it comes up on the 6th of January, when the real decision is made. Isn't that interesting? I keep on talking about the 5th to the 7th of January every year as being important. That's actually when US president will be actually determined. So we still have about 3-4 weeks to go in that whatever bullshit is going on in that world. AUD USD. The Aussie dollar needs a break below 75 cents. You notice since we started arguing with China and they've been mean to us, that the Aussie dollar's gone up. Maybe they should be meaner. So Gary was talking about a double top up here. Where were you talking about that? The answer is the double top would be around that 81 to 80 cents area. 76.37 is a nice spot. USD JPY, the rest are not really quite top. So here we go, USD JPY, breaking out of that, down out of that triangle, especially an acceleration below 103 point. Let's just step in and just slap the bastard. Now, the problem is the Bank of Japan may come out and try and push the currency up because exporters don't like it. But I think we should give it a go. No, 3.63. Okay, we'll do 103.63. We'll just do 1/3 because conservative. 103.63. Stop above 105.20. Target whatever that number is I gave you before. 102.74. Entered. Okay, just run with 1/3. Okay. Let's go and have a look at boom, 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 boom. I could make it different, but I'll make it there. Now this may stop right now and it probably may rally back up to 103.72. NZD USD, so if you wanted to add there then you could do so. NZD USD, it's overloved, it's fantastic, it's like everyone's pin-up girl's Jacinta or Jacinda or whatever her name is. A breakdown below 0.0704 would be a good stop loss. Then you look to 0.688. In the meantime, it's still fairly sought after. USD CAD. This is strong. Getting rid of the US buck. Things change above 1.28. EUR USD. Not as strong as the rest of the commodity currencies. Maybe gold was up last night. A breakdown below 1.2163 looks for down towards 1.1936. It's on bear pause warnings. US GBP USD, we can see that it got slapped. It retested this old top, so we can say wave 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then up. So probably towards about 1.36, I guess. USD CHF, we wanted to buy it. Smart move, we got crushed. Where's our stop? Stop is low as 0.8850. We got filled. Oh, we didn't buy the break. Thank God. I think we saved ourselves 89.18. Let's see. Not in. Very happy, Jan. So that's it for the currencies. Let's move on and let me know whether the transcripts are meeting your expectations. I have no idea where my new programmer is. I haven't heard from him. I think they've filling in and faking it. So things are not happening that they should be. Actually, that reminds me. Okay, Baltic Dry Index. Oh, we can see a little bit of a pop up here, which is a good thing, I guess. Looking for 1240, a dip down to 11,919. If we can see an acceleration above 1270, look for 1488. That would be cool. We currently own some Baltic Dry Index ETF stuff, BDRY, and it's been boot scooting along. I think we took some profit though. We'll talk about that in the equities part. Chinese iron ore. Ooh, a little bit of slippage, but then a comeback. Look for 152.64 on top side. Uranium, it's actually moved up. Yay! Looking for 30.488 and 31.6, whatever they are. Let's find a uranium stock to play with. Cameco is the one that shut down. I think it's Cameco. Let's go looking for them. Search. Cameco. There, Cameco. It's got a few futures contracts on it too, which probably don't trade. Now it had some sort of outage because they stopped making it because somebody got COVID. I mean, really, this is complete shit. It's trending up, so looking for $16.04. You'd think its share price would be in trouble. I think we're going to have a look for uranium to see what the ETFs were. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but I just want to have a look, see. Because sometimes you get an idea whether that's reality here. So this is the funds. Uranium futures, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. So Ura, which I guess has a lot of Cameco in it, lots of volume, had a bit of slippage, so it needs to get its face above $15.30, looking for $16.15. But we should have a little bit of positiveness with our uranium stocks today. Paladin, don't get excited. We're not actually in the Aussie section, Gary. We're actually in the Paladin itself. I think the other one is Pilaf, Edith Pilaf. Now, came back down, filled the gap, filled up the gap and didn't die. It's overloved. I mean, I must say, I think I sold a bunch of my palladium yesterday, just because I probably won't be good, but I had it from down here-ish. So I'm happy with that. I don't trust Paladin, and I'm happy to run a very small position on it. I think it's PALF that's in the US, and the stock actually trades pretty much the same price as the Aussie dollar, but only in US, if I remember correctly. Yeah, here we go. So last night it just had an inside day, and it's a bit overloved. Volume's going up in an interesting way. Anyway, I'll get back onto the commodities. I just wanted to do that more, Gary, for just getting an idea of what the real price action in uranium was. The 30-year bond futures is just a grab bag of lucky dip. Look at all this. It's like a sawtooth shark, or whatever they call them. ADX is very low. Complete confusion. There's the US government selling bonds and buying it off itself, or at least the bank's party, the Federal Reserve, buying them and getting a bit of a free run, because most people can borrow from the Fed at 0% and then lend to the US Treasury at a couple of percent. BlackRock's been doing it all day. It's not a bank, but it is actually able to borrow at the Federal Reserve window, at the discount window. And how they're allowed to do that, I am FIIK, have no idea why they can do that. How life works like this, I don't know. But we are living the best corruption ever. If you are worth a lot of money, you will just get so much money. I just heard that Tim Cook is the trade minister for President-elect, President suspect, Joe Biden. Is this true? How on earth could that be? Tim Cook, Tim Cook is a vested interest in world trade. He's like not impartial. He's extremely partial. Extremely partial. It's outrageous that you do that. One of the heads of, I think, at Dominion Voting, who gave tons of money to the Democratic Party, is actually been given a place in the US administration for, guess what, rigging the election. It's just unbelievable. It's theft in plain sight. And when Biden says we assembled the biggest voter fraud system in the world, he was telling the truth for a change. Unbelievable. Anyway, I don't know what to tell you about the bonds other than something will happen soon. The 10-year notes we see needs to get above 138. It's trying. I wouldn't like to see it break below 137 and 21 30-seconds. People say that the more the mainstream media said there's no election fraud, the more you know there is definitely election fraud. Absolutely certain. They don't show. They said there's no evidence, but there is. Lots of it. Videotapes, people's testimonials, even Democrats saying this wasn't right. Hilarious to watch. Okay, let's do the next thing on the books, which is light crude oil. This is not stopped. If you are long, have your stop loss at $45.34. It looked like it could get the collie wobbles, but it didn't. Heating oil, we are still long. It's gone 1-to-1. I can't resist. We've got a doji. It's profit taking time. And we'll raise our stop loss up to, where did we get it? 1.53, did we get a 1.53 print? No, we didn't, but we have a 1-to-1. We're going to raise the stop loss up to here, 1.4078. And it's on the 16th of the 12th. Ready? We can't take any more profit after this, but what the hell. Natural gas. Natural gas futures. A breakdown below $2.56 looks for $2.52. Natural gas is struggling. Could be looking for $3 or $2.76. I think it'll have a problem there. It needs the other ones to turn down for it to turn up. RBOB gasoline. XRB is the code usually. We have 1.2894, a breakdown. If you're long, stop should be below there. Corn. If you're bored with corn, I don't blame you. ADX is creeping down. We're not even getting a kiss or let alone a cuddle here. Probably going higher when they do a kiss and a cuddle. Soybean oil, motoring along, looking for 39.32. I was thinking about doing some soybean oil. That was a good thought, but didn't work. Soy meal. Soy meal has come back. Did we get anything? Selling at 3.391. I don't want to sell it. We're going to cancel that. I'd rather be buying, I think. Going to get rid of that. It was a good idea for a little while and we didn't get filled at the right time. Okay, next movement is Kershaw 747 in B minor, Opus 6. We have soybeans breaking up fairly nicely, looking for $12.24, $12.24. If long, have a stop loss below $11.42. Maybe we could join it. We're going to buy 11 to 18. We never got filled on that. Disappointed. Okay, so let's buy 1/3. Third move, and the stop still remains at 1070. So we're going to do it 16th of the 12th. Entered 1/3. And I think we'll go out into March. We could do May. But we won't. Okay, we are long wheat. Let's see if the buzz in grains is translated into wheat? The answer is no, it's not. 594. So we're still long. Maybe we'll get reprieved. Leave the orders as is. Let's talk about gold. We are long with a plenty wide stop, and it went up. I think when I looked at it last night, it seemed to be higher than others. Gold has gone up, which is good. We didn't sell out of gold stocks yesterday, or some we may have got hit at, but we'll talk about that later. It's done a headbutt. If it can get above 1863, look for 1882 and 1890. We are at least running on something for gold at 1848, so we feel a little bit better than we did before. We'll run up our stop loss up to 1780 if it ever dumps down. Silver, we are long 23.62. Let's see if we got shafted. Suspect we might in silver. No, still good. Volume is good. Range is good. Looking for 26.4 if it breaks 25.2. So silver, we can't change our stop at the moment. Coming back to copper. Copper's been doing good. It's overloved. Overbought at least. Come back down to 340, 343. Nickel. Nickel, a gap up. Wow. Wow. Well, I mean, we do see gap ups. That was a top. Any other gap up tops? Here. See if we can do an I'd like to see nickel on the. I'm enjoying this tool. I wish I had found it about 10 years ago. Nickel, if we got nickel on the exchanges, there's a European financials, nickel, London, Hong Kong futures. I want to see the real London nickel. Multi-commodity exchange, nickel futures. See if we get some data. That's rubbish. See if we can find something else. Okay, let's invalid symbol. It's a complete mystery to me, the London Metals Exchange. It's a club. Yeah, not in title. It's a club, that one. Look at all these contracts. Not entitled. Bastard. Look how many weird contracts there are. Spreads, all sorts of stuff. Probably 3 contracts trade on the thing. Okay, so nickel, it's going up. Your western areas may have a little bit of a better day today. Palladium, completely boring. Platinum, not boring at all, but a little bit exciting. If you are long, stop is at 1,000. Looking for 1,000 at 75. Volatility's come out of that a fair bit. We've talked about silver. Cocoa. CC. Now, I think we went to buy some, didn't we? Market on open minus 19 pips on the 14th. So the 14th is here, is it not? So we went for market on open, which is 26.53. So the 19 is 26.36. So we are filled. Unfortunately, I think we're crushed. 26.36. Stop losses at 25. We're not stopped out yet. It's sitting on some support, so maybe it'll be okay, but not really. So entered 1/2. At the moment, we have to sit on it and wait. Cotton. We went to do a market on open on the 14th. It's the Hail Mary. Oh, that worked. The 14th, we might not have got filled on a dip. 74.2 is the entry. Yep, 74.2 entered. And market on open is 72.2. So we're happy. We will not be filled on the market on open order of the extra 1/3, but we'll see what happens. 74.36 I said. So 74.6, I guess this entry was here. 74.2. So 0.75 less that is, my maths is crap. Let's call it 73.45. No, 73.65. 73.45. 73.45. I think fine. Anyway, that's the number we'll put. Orange juice of the January variety. We wanted to buy break above 127.2. Oh, I'll just do that. That is not happening. We could look down towards 110, but otherwise we're staying out of trouble on that. That's good. Coffee. We did go for a buy. I think the open was 120.85. We're looking break above 124. It is long. We are now back to break even. That's not good. Entered. We entered on the 14th of 12th. Entered it and not happy, Jan. We got to 127 pretty quick. Yeah, we got it. It's achieved. Sell 1/2 at 125. 125. We'll just take profit quickly on 1/2 and leave this stop as is. I don't like that. Sugar. Still heavy, that's good. Look for $13.20, following the path of OJ. Lumber, what's in the box here? Keeps on going. Goodness. Gap filling everywhere. The big gap is up here. Whoa. That's still up there. A close above 840 gives us belief it can go towards that gap change. I don't know what this was about. There must have been some real news. Okay, I hope that is helpful. Let me know if it's not. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Okay, next thing we want to do is go to the equities. Welcome to the Commodities Speed webinar for Wednesday, December 16th, 2020. And we've seen last week's seen all these things from, oh, sorry, I didn't do the commodities one, but anyway, you saw the disclaimer and warning very quickly. Welcome to the Profit Hunters Speed webinar for Wednesday the 16th of December 2020. Here's our disclaimer and warning. We have short-term bid pause warnings in a lot of stocks, including BHP, BNO, E-mini, S&P 500 Value Index, and a few other things, these longer-term ones. We have longer-term bullhorns warnings in E-mini S&P and mini Dow, and some of those could be, some of the longer-term bullhorns warnings could actually be reflecting options positions in the E-mini S&P and at the Dow, and may not mean anything at all because there are some big options players who have been screwing around with the markets. Full stop, new line. Dow Jones Transportation average new line. There has been a little bit of sickness in the Dow Transports, but it's coming into a bit of support at the moment. There's a few reasons to be thinking of there might be something useful in it, like Christmas. A break below 12,000 kills Santa Claus for a little bit. Full stop, new line. We don't see, when it fell down, a huge amount of volume the day before, so volumes are getting lighter, manipulations are getting stronger. Full stop, new line. They're just trying to flush out the weak public longs before they buy it up. Full stop, new line. Dow Jones industrial index average. After the fall, the Dow rallied a bit, looking for 30,351. So they're trying to screw with our minds, I guess. This is still trending up. It's not separating in the way that I'd like to see for a good up movement, but nonetheless, they're trying. Still not in a bad position. It's still in a strong position, full stop, in line. If you are long and want to stay out of a bit of trouble, have a stop loss below 29,420. If you like a little bit of excitement in your life, have a stop loss below 29,782. And we can see another close above 30,000. Full stop, new line. NASDAQ, new line. If you don't think donating 94% of your money for election campaigns to one particular party involves getting influence and a bias, then I can't help you, full stop, in line. Apple gave, I think, 94% to the Democrats, full stop, in line. Obviously, Trump wouldn't play ball with China, he wouldn't play ball with Amazon, he wouldn't play ball with Mark Zuckerberg, which is a mortal sin, isn't it? That guy who's on the spectrum, very dangerous, evil person. And then, of course, there's Satan, that complete, horrible, dark person, Dorsey from Twitter, full stop, near line. Complete embodiment of evil. Why they kept on publishing Trump as being crazy and erratic is because they can't control him. And people do know the truth when they're actually well informed and not brainwashed. So why am I leading about this? I'm talking about the NASDAQ, of course. The NASDAQ is exceptionally happy that all of their good friends of the Democrats who donated lots of money and basically censored anything that was good about Trump, for example, getting Israel to make agreements with a bunch of Arab and Islamic nations that have been enemies for years, should be the reason for Nobel Peace Prizes and applause, but it's not, because Trump did it. Look for 12,803 on the top side on this, and the NASDAQ is partying like Tim Cook as his appointment as trade secretary for the Biden regime. S&P 500 cash index, the drift is still up. It's not really trending. It needs a bit more of a break above 3,700 to get exciting. Looking for 38.31, full stop, new line. Have a deep stop loss at 3,600 if you want to stay out of a bit of trouble. If you want a little bit of excitement, have a stop loss below 36.45, new line. E-mini S&P futures. We went long. We hoped that we would buy some more, and we also hoped we were not stopped out. Full stop, new line. We are now long only 2/3, which sounds very pathetic, really. At the moment, we can move our stop loss up to 36.42. Which is break even on our entry, last entry. E-mini S&P, internals. The drives up, we're on good volume. The drives down, we're not. This is in a strong position, looking for 36.94. Stop loss should be at 3600 if you, sorry, 3680 if you are liking this. You might rebuy at 36.74 today. Notice it's come back down and done a little bit of kissing and cuddling. The manipulation tried to push it down at the end of the day. So the swings have been very interesting. They're quite big, really. If you were looking for a dip to buy, it would be 36.74 or 36.69 with the stop loss below 36.64. German DAX. A breakdown below 13,140. Would be a trouble. but it's Christmas, so hopefully it can hang its head higher. Maybe to 14,040 new line. A breakdown below 34.60 is a bit of a problem for the Euro Stoxx 50. At the moment, look for 35,700. Sorry, 3,578. If that breaks, looks for 33.14. UK FTSE. We can see most things are reasonably good for it, including the fact that it's come down, if this data is correct, which is yesterday's data. It should come back, could come back down to 64.68, then whereupon you can buy it, looking for a push to new highs, new line. Italian MIB. It's had a little bit of a retreat. Things would be a problem for it below 21,250, but we should see 22,062 and probably new highs towards 22,800 new line. Shanghai A shares index, new line. This is hanging its head a little bit in shame. If it breaks 34.97, look for 34.44 and 33.04. Full stop, new line. Hong Kong Hang Seng. Looking for 25,890 or 26,100. On the downside, it's looking a little bit heavier if it continues to break new lows. I think 25,890 is probably the best place for it to hold. So if you're thinking about buying it, that would be the spot. Full stop, new line. Japanese Nikkei. currently forming a pincer movement or a beak. Things are not tight enough. Probably if you see China break down below 26,500, look for 25,987 on the downside new line. Australian share price index futures, S&P, I think. SPI. I guess yesterday was option is expiry, question mark. We saw a big spike in volume like we saw in September. Who would have thought it? Full stop, new line. A break up towards 68.30 would happen if it broke through 6,700. At the moment, we've seen a contract expiry with no fireworks, maybe a little low, so there's still buying pressure in the Australian market to the upside. Full stop, new line. Australian share price index futures, SPI internals. We can see yesterday was kind of a suppressed day. Notice it didn't break through the top of this little range. So that's the trigger point below 66.10. It's in trouble. Otherwise, think of 67.10, 67.24, and 67.34. It's probably my hallucination, but I imagine there was a big options expiry, probably a strangle that came off during this session yesterday. Or is it tomorrow? Question mark. Maybe it is, but I think it's extremely curious that the volume for rollover came in yesterday. That's kind of rollover volume. Yeah. So the major roll's kind of over. Maybe we'll get some fireworks. Thanks everybody. Have a good day if you're not joining me. If you are joining me, give me 10 minutes please. I will be back in 10. So I need some food. see what we have.